Hello, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by today. Today I'm going to be working on a junk journal January. I lost my memory there for a minute. And I am on number 9, which is hidden. And yes, I'm behind, but that's okay. Okay, so we're going to work on this page right here. And I've already done some of the work. I've cut out this little guy. Cute. This is a Quirky Cat 2, and I got it on Etsy. And I pulled up the file so I could tell you what it was called. I didn't think to go to Etsy, but I'll try to link it below and let you know who it was. So I have taken some, well, first let's do this. Let's do this one first. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're going to cover this background with this because this background doesn't really go. But I am running out of good sized backgrounds, and I needed this one to kind of be a bigger one. Let's use the, like that. How's that? So, we're just going to cover this ledger paper up. So, while I'm doing this, I will fill you in. And I'll try to remember to put in the description that this is also an update on me. I had my heart cath Friday. This is Monday. And I'm going to back up just a little bit in case you have no idea what I'm talking about. I was trying to have a bladder surgery in October. So I went for my physical, my pre-op physical, and there was a little bit of something wrong with my EKG. So my provider said, I just can't clear you. I'm going to have to send you to a cardiologist. So she called her, her nurse or whoever called to the cardiologist office in the same group to schedule me, and they just scheduled me with the quickest one they could get me in with, which was a new guy. I liked him very much when I saw him. I really liked him. So talking to him, he decided I needed to do a stress test and a heart monitor before he would clear me, but they were going to try to hurry so that everything could be done in time for me to have my my surgery done, which was like, I don't know, October 18th or something. I don't know when it was, but it was, I know, like our thing that is the first weekend or third weekend in October that I love to go to, the yard sales and stands and stuff. I wasn't going to be able to do that because I was going to just be getting home from the hospital. So it was somewhere around the third weekend, before the third weekend, like that week before. So I did all that, and I get a call from them, and they said they're going to clear me, that both things were fine, except that that was his interpretation of my stress test. Had it been officially read, but he didn't see anything wrong with it at all. Okay, so I called to my doctor's office where I'm getting my bladder surgery, and I said to them that I was cleared, and they said, yeah, so we got it scheduled, right? That was going to be on a Monday, and I think it was the first week of November. I'm not sure. I have it all on my phone, but, it has been a long 3 months, I'm telling you. Well, the weekend before, like the Friday before or somewhere around there, I get a call from the nurse at the cardiologist office, and she says, we need to have you come in. We got the official reading of your stress test, and we need to have you come in. And she said, don't worry, we're not going to cancel your, well, she thought I'd already had my surgery, but I couldn't because my doctor's office called and canceled it as soon as they heard that I had to have all that stuff done. So it had been rescheduled again. So, it's been scheduled and canceled and all blah, blah, blah. So, but she says, don't worry, we're not going to cancel you. The doctor just needs to talk to you about some things on your stress test. Okay, so I go up there, talk to him, and he tells me my stress test is not normal. I have a problem. And he wants to do a heart cath on me because of my stress test and because my mom died of a heart attack at 63. So, my biological mom. So, I'm like, okay. I call up and cancel my surgery again. And they were totally confused, which I'm thinking now that they probably had a copy of my stress test and they're really confused. Because she's like, but your stress test, you know? I said, I know, but he said it wasn't normal. She said, okay. So, and the funny thing was, it wasn't showing up in my health app either, the results from that. But, you know, I was like, whatever. Whoever enters that just hasn't entered it. So I have my cath. I go in for my cath. He goes in through my right arm. And my veins are too small. I mean, some of you probably saw videos. It was a mess. So he stops. And he says, we're stopping right now. He said, you are in too much distress. We cannot continue. I'll talk to you in your room, in your little, they don't have like rooms. They're just sectioned off with curtains. But the holding area. So he comes in and he tells me that I have 4 blockages. One is my main artery and it is very bad. He will only be able to do 2 in a cath, and then he wants me back 2 weeks after that for another cath to do the other 2. And he wants me ASAP. Well, his nurse called, and she did not schedule me until December 5th. I was like, but, and she said, that's when I can get you. Right before December 5th, like, I don't know, the weekend before, or I don't know, it was about 3 days before. She calls and she says, I'm sorry, I have to cancel your cath. Like, what? Yes, I have to cancel your cath. I will call and reschedule you after the first of the year. And at that point, with my husband going on Medicare and everything, because we weren't prepared for that, we had no idea that he was going to be switching to Medicare. He turned 60 this year, but we didn't know we were going to be doing that. But anyway, that's another whole story. So, I'm going to go ahead and ink while I finish this. I told her I wasn't sure about my insurance, and she said, okay, I will put you at the top of the list, and I will call you as soon as I know something. We'll get you in. She said, I've got to figure out what's going to happen here in the next few days, 2 or 3 days. I was like, what? Or what's going on around here? I think is how she said it. So, I'm like, okay, I was really upset about it. But I had an appointment with my primary care doctor the next week. I told her, and they said, no, that's not going to work. So she went out and talked to the office manager, which I know her quite well. We worked together for many years. Very nice person, very on top of things. And she said, when I left, she stopped me in the hall and said, I haven't got anybody to answer up there, which has got me really wondering what's going on. And she said, and did your provider tell you that you're not the only one today that's told me that? Okay, so this little cat is going to go on here. That's not how, you know, it's going to be a little different, but I've cut 2 of these. This one is the one that's going on the back, so I'm going to fold it in half. So I'm not folding that one in half. But she said, yeah, you're not the only one. And it's telling you they've got to figure out what's going to happen in 2 or 3 days. That just isn't right. That gives you a lot of confidence in them, doesn't it? And I said, well, yeah. So I'm going to put this on my trimmer. So I didn't hear from her. But in just a couple days, I heard from my doctor's office up there, my cardiologist office, and they said, we need you to come in for an appointment. You're going to be seeing a different cardiologist. And this one I knew of because he was actually at that hospital when I worked there. So I knew of him, and I know he's good, and I know he's got a good reputation, yada yada. And I don't think I even mentioned that I have a cardiologist there. I haven't been to him for this. I have him because I was left with long COVID, which left me with very low blood pressure all the time, and so I started seeing him. Okay, now we're going to take this one, figure out where we're going to cut this. I'm going to cut it in half. But I want it to be nice and straight because dummy me picked a pattern that's got to be just right. I'm going to draw a line and then I may have to erase it, but at least it'll be there. Yeah, I can see that perfectly well. I really can't. So I go see that doctor and he decides, he tells me he doesn't really think I've got anything wrong. I might need one stent, maybe two, but he really isn't even sure of that. And he shows me my stress test results, which were normal. He read it off to me, he showed it to me, he said, there's nothing in this stress test that would have got you a cath with me. He said, nothing. And he says, what did you say to that doctor that got you scheduled? I said, I don't think I said anything except for about my mom. And I was having a little tiny bit of pressure, like my upper chest, kind of almost to my neck bone, you know, up in there. And I told him, I'm not even sure, it's not heartburn, but it would never even take me to the doctor. You know, it wasn't that bad. So he says, well, unfortunately, we've got to do another cath because you will never be able to have your surgery until we do it because of how the first doctor said my shape was, what I had wrong. Okay, so Friday, last Wednesday, the nurse calls me and she says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to change your appointment for your cath. I thought, I am going to kill somebody. Seriously, I was like, you cannot be serious. And she goes, I need you to come in at 10:30 instead of 8:30. Oh, I forgot to get paper to put in this. Just a second, I got to grab some. So I go in Friday to get my stress test done, or my cath done. Did I say stress test before my cath? This is some old paper I have. I think I only need one piece. I don't know why I got that many out. I'll get this the right size. We're going to make a hidden journaling here. And I think I need to cut what I got right here. Okay, but anyway, in the office, I told him about my arm, and he says, he looked at both wrists, and he says, I can go through your left arm, no problem. He said, we'll get through that, no problem. You've got nice veins. Okay, I hope so. Where did I mark that? Oh, I see it. Okay. So we get in there, and they prep my left arm and my groin just in case, because they don't like, you know, leaving it to chance. Now, before I do the rest of this, I'm just going to finish the story because I'm almost done. And I want to be able to tell you what I'm doing. So, the nurse, I counted 9 tries. And they could never get it to go above here, the wire, when they would get it in. But I counted 9 tries here that he tried. Seriously, 9. They gave up. The doctor came in and he tried twice. So the other one was 7 and the doctor tried twice. So they went in my groin, which makes it a little bit harder to heal from. But anyway, I came out. I had nothing. Nothing. My main artery was great. Everything was great. I had like 40% in one, but that's it. And you don't stent at 40%. So all I had to do was lay there in the hospital for 5 hours with a heavy something on my hip, my leg where they went in. And then I got to come home. And I follow up with my other doctor. Where my original doctor has gone, they won't tell. Nobody will tell. I have my suspicions of what was going on. Just because I was about to have a whole bunch done to me that did not need to be done. Especially 2 casts and all that other stuff. That's a lot of procedures and a lot of stuff, That's my suspicion. But I have no idea for sure what is going on. That's my story. I have went through the last 3 months for no reason. I could have had my other surgery by now. Been healed from it. Been on my way without that problem going on. And not been worrying for 3 months that I was on death's door because my main artery was so bad. So there you go. That's the whole story. And now we'll get back to this. I am going to take the top part of this and I'm going to glue it to the back of this one. I do have I have the top one. I wanted the top one. And I hope that I remember how to do this right because I haven't done this in years. And I was trying to get it to where this line was right on the edge, so I knew I had it all straight. But I didn't get that done before it dried on me. Then I'm going to take this one. This is Tim Holtz paper that I don't like, but I didn't mind the back, so I'm using it. I'm not, you gotta find a way to use it, right? So, oops, yeah, that one I need. Then I'm going to put this over the top of this. Oops, it's not matching up quite right. That must be the bottom piece. The bottom must not be exactly right. Okay, so we'll do this one. So I'm very grateful that my heart is just fine, but man, that was a long process. But I have a feeling since he was a new doctor, he had an older, a doctor that had been there for a while, watching what he was doing, and they caught on to it. I just happened to be one that was there when they caught on to it. Okay, so this one is going to go on here. We'll do it that way. And I'm only going to glue it around here. Okay, so we'll put this here. Oops, I did that crooked after I said I wasn't going to do it crooked, didn't I? Alright, now we'll fold this up. I'm trying to remember how I always did that. I think I take it up in here and not have all of it going down in there because it's not, especially at this shape, it's not going to all fit. So I think I went up like this and folded it like so. There we go. Okay, and then this goes into here. Oops, I got some showing. I'm going to have to cut off a little corner of that. Alright, let's just snip that off. I think I will just snip both sides so, they're both the same. There we go. And I can see now how crooked I had it, but, Okay, so then this goes on here. And this is going to go on here. And he trying to decide how I want. I think I will glue him at the top. I think. I guess I could split him in half, but I think that would really show. But first, I wondered about making a tag, and I was having a hard time figuring out if I could until I got it done. So I have this tag, and I think this is probably too big. Oh yes, that's way too big. Alright, let me get my other right here. Alright, I'm going to put this one back on. I used it the other day and I've never put it back on. I left my room a mess. It took me a while just to get this cleaned up. I think we'll see if this tag fits right here. It took me a while just to get it cleaned up in here so I could work. After I'm healed and I don't have a weight limit and all that anymore, I'm going to do some major rearranging in here. Is that the bigger one or is this one? I don't know. I'll get them both. Get some stuff done in here because it's driving me nuts. Alright. Yep, that one will be good. Okay, so I think, what did I pull? I pulled some out for that. Oh, I pulled this one out. I thought we would use this one for the tag. And I think I'll just do it right there. So I'm going to turn around and cut this in just a second. Oh, sure it will be. I set stuff on my die cut. Leave it to me. Okay. Okay, so this, yep, that'll be good. Let's put some ink on there. And I think I want to cut, I've got a, it's like a hole reinforcer, only it's this clothing tag shape. And I think I have to put that there. So I'll get that die. And I can just use my little die cutter for that. Let me grab it here. Where'd those go? Oh, there they are. I moved them on myself. Okay. That's right here. Okay. I'm going to use this in a minute. It's kind of in the way. I think, let's see. Got this scrap right here. I'd have to do it twice, but that's okay. I mean, if it was big enough, I'd just lay this on here once and do it, but alright. Let's cut this down. So I hope you all had a good weekend. I've just laid in bed and done nothing for 2 days. And you can probably tell that that did not break my heart. My bed is more comfortable than my recliner when it comes to laying back. Oh, shoot, it slipped on me. I think I moved it again. I'm going to have to get some tape. Oh, jeez, that scared me. Oh, no. Oh. My magnifier just unclipped. And when it fell, it hit my bag of Tim Holtz People, and they are now all over the floor. So I'm going to have to try not to move my chair, or I will roll over them. Okay, so we got one. We didn't get one. Oh, this is just awful. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get this stuff out of here before I think we're going to have to use the other side of this. That'll be okay. Okay. All right. One is done. Oops. And then we'll do this one. Okay, now I'm going to take a second, bend over, and pick their people up because I do not want to run them. It's my brand new pack. And I don't, oh, I ran over some. Okay. Can't trust the pack. Gonna have to put them in a Ziploc. Ziploc. Sorry, it's taking me a minute. My hands don't work so well anymore. They don't like to pick up little things like this. Okay, got those done. Alright, now. Whew, dizzy from being bent over. Okay, what did I put that? There it is. There's one. This was a lot of work for that, wasn't it? Put that on my little magnet. Okay. Now, where's my tweezers? We will glue this down, although I really need to get rid of that white edge. I really miss Tim Holtz paper pads. If I could get him to bring anything back, that's what it would be. And the second would be those, I don't know what they were, distress. I don't know. It was ink in a bottle with a sponge. Maybe it was called Daughters, a sponge tub. I love those. And I only have 4 because I didn't catch on to them until too late. But I found 4 of them at a rubber stamp convention a couple of years ago. Okay. Now, I kind thought I would decorate that with this globe. But oops, I got some glue I can see shining. I gotta get that off of there. Can't leave that there. But I think I'm gonna cut out the other side of that cat and put him on there. It won't take me very long. So how are y'all doing? I hope you have had a good weekend. Staying warm. It's supposed to be 3 degrees here tonight. We don't have to go anywhere this week. We have no appointments or anything. And I am so glad. I think tonight we're going to have homemade pizza. I had got some pizza crust a couple weeks ago at Aldi. It's the dough ready for you to roll out, you know. And we loved it. So before we left town the other day, my husband went in and got us another thing of it. We needed other stuff, and I said, look for that dough, because I didn't know if it was a one-time thing, but they had it again. And that was, I mean, they've certainly been through several ads, you know, rotations since then, so hopefully it's a permanent addition. And I saw on the Aldi Facebook thing, Aldi Nerd or something like that, that a lot of people didn't have good luck with it, but I did. I just brought it to room temperature, and then it did most of the flattening out of it in my hands, you know, just going around and around. It worked fine. It was good. So I don't know if people were trying to roll it out and work with it a lot, because probably don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that down there, because I'm going to glue him on and then cut it off when I just think these guys are so cute. Of course, you probably figured out I like cats. I like them a lot. I just wish more people used a Seal Point calico, or cat part calico, Siamese. She looks more Siamese than anything, but she's definitely got calico. You can tell when you look at her paws. Okay, and I'm going to leave the back plain, because I want to be able to journal on there. Alright, then we're going to use this. I thought this might look cool. Oh, that is so not straight. I'm going to do my trick. I hope it'll work. This thing seems to have gotten dull. Probably good I do stuff like this in it. But it works so good. So if you put it in there and get it all lined up, you get a straight edge. So then I'm going to do it again. And I have no idea. I got this roll at my thrift store many years ago, and I have used it. I even made an album with it. Like, all the pages and everything were out of that. Not an album, a journal. Why is it album? So there was a lot to it. But what or why it's in that roll, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Okay, and I don't think I have any of my string. Yeah, I just got a string out. I'll grab that. the rate I'm going, I think I'll be doing junk journal January and February. That's okay. Had some interruptions. And I've got several videos that I did not get uploaded before Friday. And so there are a few that I don't know. I may have been talking about I'm having my cap on Friday, blah, blah, blah. Who knows what I was talking about in them. I was trying not to, but there might be. I'm having computer trouble and I just didn't get them all done. I wish I could have, got me a nice expensive computer when I bought one, but I couldn't. We don't like to do things unless we're paying cash for it. So, we don't like to have debt. So I had to do what I could. And be happy I could do that, right? Okay, I'm going to cut it like that, but then I'm going to... Well, I'm going to ink some, so maybe that will kind of ravel it out naturally. I don't want to get it all where I want it and then do the inking and it'll... Yeah, I thought it would start coming out. Daughter, though. I don't like these side ones. Those scissors did not want to do that. They've been used and abused over the years. Put a little bit like right there too. Okay. And I need to figure out something I can put there, but I don't know what that's going to be at this point. So, now we'll go back to this little guy here. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm going to do my rickrack before I do this. I've got some rickrack. I got brown. Let's set this a little bit further out of the way because I'm afraid you're where I'm where you can't see, not you're where I can't see. Makes sense. Don't ever throw these away if you like to do sewing stuff, because these are great. You can use them to make a little folded journaling spot. You can do all kinds of things with them. Okay, here we go. Now what I want to do is I want to start where my, I need to cut that because there's no way with that all folded over I'm going to be able to match that up. Probably won't be able to anyway, but I'm going to start it where the cut is, so that when well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's going to be glued to the back. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's do this. And I'm going to take this out so that it doesn't accidentally get glued together. I need to let my primary know about all this, because when I saw her for that checkup, she was like, I'm so sorry, I don't know how I missed this. I said, I don't know how you would have caught it. I haven't had anything. I don't know how you would have caught it. You would need some symptoms, probably. So she'll be glad to know that she didn't miss it. Needing a glue stick. And I don't remember. Oh, there's where I put them. I knew I moved them because they kept falling out of where I had them. Now my husband has to have a heart cath on the 27th, but he'll probably have to have stents. He's already got 2. And he's having symptoms. And when he takes his, what's that called? Oh, I lost it. The little pill you put underneath your tongue when you're having chest pains. Oh my goodness. How can I forget what that's called? Well, anyway, when he takes that, he has to do 2. But then the chest pains go away, so. I can't even remember what that's called. Comes in a little bitty glass bottle. A dark glass bottle. Okay, so now I got this. And this one. Something here. I know what it is. Back is hanging down. I didn't get it cut quite right. I'm going to try to cut this without cutting into the fold of my paper. That would not be good, would it? Okay, there we go. Now it should lay better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue him on, because what I'm going to do with the cheesecloth is going to be on the bottom, and his feet are not going to be glued on. So, let's see, I'm going to glue just under his pockets there. And just try to get him in the center-ish. Okay, now I thought I would put some cheesecloth down here as a kind of a place where he's standing. Okay, put this back in my little bag. Alright, now I think I want this part on here. Oh, you know what? I should have done this before the record. Now I'm going to have a hard time getting it cut. Oh well, okay, so put it right there for now. Now, do I want to do that, or do I want to just have this and not that raw edge? Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that looks good like that. Okay, so let's put some hot glue. Okay, now attempt Maybe I need my littler scissors. I'm trying to get that in there and it keeps moving every time I almost get it there. My hand kind of jerks and yes, that worked much better. Now I need to do a little bit more gluing in here. There we go. Okay, and I picked out the seine, and I think I buried it because I put all those people on there. I have the number 9 for hidden. And maybe I'll put the hidden underneath with the guy that's hidden. No, that's on my tag. Where'd my tag go? I lost my tag, you guys. I found my tag. Okay. I covered it. I'm going to put this like right here. It's gonna go right there. Okay, and then here I have the authentic. Because this little guy, he looks like he's authentic. He's just himself. He's got his little, I don't know, it's not even a bow tie. I don't know what it is, but you know, and his suspenders and everything. He's just him. He's almost got a, go ahead, mess with me look on his face. Try it, see what happens to you. And I think I will put that right there. And I am not liking the base that they had on there, so I'm going to come in and cut that because I don't like how it's laying. Since it's not glued down, it's not laying very well. I'm going to go ahead and leave him connected there, though, because that'll keep those legs from flopping up, you know, all by themselves. Okay, so then this is going to go right here. So I want to glue down the edges. And I'm going to try I hope I got that done. Ooh, I got glue on me. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. And then our little guy here, he goes in there, which I could leave him like that, but I don't like it. So I'm going to put it like that. And that is it for hidden. We have our little, did I glue that down? Ooh, I'm glad I decided to show you because he was glued down. And then you can just pull this down and journal on both sides. And I just noticed something. I need to cut these two because I'll show you. I think it looks better when, oops, I missed one where I didn't get all of that in there. Okay, otherwise I just have one. I had this one cut. So now they're all cut. Oh, there's glue on there from where he was sticking. Got it, yay. Oh, I'm so glad I decided to pull him out of there, or I wouldn't have had that. So anyway, here we go. I don't have that down there very well. I mean, you could tell it's there, but yet it's still pretty good. And I cannot tell you who I learned this from. I learned this so many years ago, and I don't know. Let me see. Let me see something. I'm getting what I call my ugly journal out. Except for a bunch of stuff is wanting to fall. Because it's making my little shelf crooked now. Me and my great ideas. Let me just look and make a mess. Alright, let's see. This is my ugly journal. I made it out of just stuff. Actually, I made it out of daycare papers I found in my stash from when I had daycare a million years ago. I think this is the one, or that might be another one. No, this is not the one. But I have, see, like I have ideas, and I put who. Like I got this from Pink Art Oddbird. I think I got that from Gail, maybe. I don't know, but I thought I had one of those in here. This was a sample of my metal dies. This was all my metal dies at that time. That's it. They're done. I have a lot more now, don't I? I may not have it. I thought for sure I had that in here. I got my wallpaper pages in here. Well, oh, what happened? Oh, I remember I had something glued there and it all totally stuck. I had to get it out of there, but I didn't get that paper out. It's probably got something attached on the other side. Oh, that's just a flip out there. Okay. No. Well, I don't think it's in here, so I can't tell you. But it is not my idea. I think the person that made it was doing a hidden paperclip and did it. But it's not in here, so. Oh well, okay, I'm sorry. I thought maybe I could find it. I gotta work to get that back on there, right? Well, you have a blessed day. I'll see you soon. Bye.